Writer Stephen King once said, "I have the heart of a small boy in a glass jar on my desk." The first part of the sentence seems so innocent, but the second part gives it a macabre twist. Sentences like this are called Paraprosdokians, and that's what this episode of The English Nut is about. The clever, often humorous twists in the language that make you rethink the beginning of a statement by the time you reach the end. Do keep watching for more such memorable and witty Paraprosdokians from comedians, writers, and even presidents. But first, do subscribe to The English Nut on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Thank you. Paraprosdokians are sentences or statements with an ending twist that flips the beginning on its head. They're the linguistic equivalent of a magician's sleight of hand. Groucho Marx was a master of such verbal illusions. Picture him at a grand party saying, "I've had a perfectly wonderful evening." But this wasn't it. Just when you think he's expressing gratitude, the punchline subverts the sentiment, leaving you both bemused and amused. The word paraprosdokian comes from the Greek words para, meaning against, and prosdokia, meaning expectation. Yeah, because it means a sentence that turns out to be against one's expectations. The first use of the word in print was in 1891 in a humorous article in Punch magazine. Now let's explore more such witticisms that turn expectations on their tails. This one is from the Hungarian-American socialite and actress Zsa Gabor, who knew a thing or two about matrimonial humor. "He taught me housekeeping. When I divorce, I keep the house." What starts out like a lesson in homemaking turns out to be a delightful jab at the follies of love and the spoils of separation. American stand-up comedian Mitch Hedberg, on the other hand, toyed with our expectations of exaggeration. "I haven't slept for 10 days, because that would be too long." The surprise, what starts as a complaint about insomnia ends up as a joke about sleeping for way too long. Canadian comedian Stuart Francis gives us a literal spin with, "Standing in the park today, I was wondering why a frisbee looks larger the closer it gets, and then it hit me." The punchline unexpectedly turns a figure of speech into a literal event. American comedian Rodney Dangerfield once said, "When I was a kid, my parents moved a lot, but I always found them." Initially, it sounds like a sad story of a child left behind, but ends up in a comedic game of hide and seek. American comedian Joan Rivers, with her acerbic wit, observed, "Half of all marriages end in divorce, and then there are the really unhappy ones." The Paraprosdokian here? It implies some marriages are so bad, divorce would be a better option. Then there's this anonymous quip. There are 3 kinds of people in the world: those who can count and those who can't. The unexpected twist, a numerical error in a statement about counting ability. From the popular series The Office, we have the line, "I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious." The joke hinges on the false premise that superstitious is a superlative form of the word stitious. Of course, there's no such word. Mark Twain, with his usual flair, remarked, "Giving up smoking is the easiest thing in the world. I know because I've done it thousands of times." Here, Twain gives a humorous twist to his many failed attempts to quit smoking. American writer Peter de Vries gives us, "Nostalgia isn't what it used to be." Here he suggests that when you look back at the nostalgia you felt in the past, it seems better somehow than the nostalgia you feel now. That's because everything looks better when seen through the sepia-tinted lens of nostalgia. Oscar Wilde, ever the cynic, declared, "When I was young, I used to think that money was the most important thing in life. Now that I'm old, I know it is." The twist, it undercuts the expected wisdom that comes with age, instead reaffirming the value of wealth. a wry commentary on the constancy of materialism. US President George H.W. Bush played with political indecision by stating, "People say I'm indecisive, but I don't know about that." The Paraprosdokian, it takes a statement about indecision and ends in a demonstration of it. Benjamin Franklin, with his timeless wisdom, advised, "Three may keep a secret if two of them are dead." It's a wry observation on human nature, suggesting that people are inherently unable to keep secrets, and only if the people you shared a secret with are dead would your secret remain a secret. And then there's Barack Obama with a twinkle in his eye, jesting, "If I had to name my greatest strength, I guess it would be my humility. Greatest weakness? It's possible that I'm a little too awesome." The Paraprosdokian here, it starts with a modest claim and flips into a tongue-in-cheek boast, the self-deprecation turning into self-aggrandizement. And so we conclude our journey through the garden of Paraprosdokians, where the path always leads to the unexpected. Until next time, keep listening for the twist in every tale. If you enjoyed these Paraprosdokians, do let me know in the comments section. And if you know any others, do mention them as well. I'm the English Nut. Bye for now.